tonight. The creeper's trying to steal all your stuff again. Stuff again, baby, tonight. Grab your pick, shovel, and bolt again. Bolt again. And run, run until it's done. Until the sun comes up in the morn. Baby, tonight. The creeper's trying to steal all your stuff again. Stuff again.
We're going back to the 2010s YouTube, guys.
So, welcome back to StillerBros with the Movies, where I'm going to start out by pointing out that the title of this video is mostly clickbait.
Yes.
I don't actually hate Minecraft. I just find it exhausting when I play it, exhausting when I watch certain people play it, and just kind of okay as a creative art form.
But yes, today we are going to see a Minecraft movie.
Minecraft is the biggest game in the world.
And it has been for a good decade. Obviously you have your Fortnites and your Animal Crossings, but everybody always comes back to Minecraft.
A game that was created by just like one guy fooling around on his computer that turned into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird to think that something where the aesthetic is so blocky and simple and just like no intention of making the assets look any better because that's just what it looks like, that this is somehow the biggest game in the world, beating out the likes of Mario, Star Fox, Link, and many others that have evolved with the times.
Yeah, but inevitably there was going to be a Minecraft movie, because inevitably all video games are going to have movies.
Like, I could make a joke about there being a Fortnite movie one day, but they basically made that 7 years ago, and everybody acted like it was somehow kind of Holocaust just because a bunch of pop culture characters seemed to dominate the frames every couple of times. It was called Ready Player One, and it was alright.
Yes. Granted, we also got Free Guy, but that's not here nor there. But this time around, this movie has been in development for, I think, probably a good 10 years at the very least.
It's been a movie that's gone through a lot of different iterations, multiple directors, at least 2 different studios.
Initially, one of the more high-profile ideas was that Rob McElhenney of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia fame was going to be writing and directing a Minecraft movie that was going to come out in, I think, 2018?
And that was back when Sony had the property, and it just seemed like something that no one was really talking about at the time because it was just kind of a thing that existed. I think that was when Steve Carell was going to be signed on to it.
Yeah.
To play, the main character of the game. If you could call anyone a main character of Minecraft. Steve?
Yeah.
You gotta pronounce it like that because there's a question mark. It's Steve? And the female one is Alex?
Yeah, but then after lots of starts and stops and everything, the project ended up moving to Warner Brothers, and Jared Hess of Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre fame took on the role of writer-director.
And Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre are cult classic movies that neither of them did incredibly well upon initial release. Well, Napoleon Dynamite was a pop culture juggernaut for the entire year it came out.
Even longer, because even when we were in high school, we were graduated probably a good 7 years after Napoleon Dynamite, you would still occasionally see a Vote for Pedro t-shirt.
And Nacho Libre, on the other hand, did kind of go slow at the box office, but has also developed a bit of a cult following, especially considering the fact that that for a couple of years, everybody decided that Jack Black was the greatest thing in the world, which you can argue.
Nope.
But Jared Hess is a director who we have no opinion on because we've never seen a single one of his movies.
No, we have not seen Bernie or Napoleon Dynamite or Nacho Libre.
That unicorn one that they put out on Netflix like 2 years ago.
No, we did. We're vaguely interested in that Nicktoons movie that he was going to make at some point, but that never went anywhere, and it's kind of just consigned to development hell for the rest of eternity.
Like, here's the thing. I would be somewhat interested in seeing Nacho Libre someday just because Jack Black is in it. I've heard good things. I've seen some decent jokes from it. but Napoleon Dynamite just does not seem like my brand of comedy.
No, and from what we've heard of it from some people, it's very overrated.
It's probably considered overrated. It's probably like, because it came out during the age of cringe comedy really exploding. It looks like one of those indie comedies that just kind of is a little hard to sit through just from the fact that it's a very specific sense of humor, which is probably why the TV show failed spectacularly.
But ultimately, a lot of things about this particular choice makes it a very interesting movie, and the cast behind it reflects it.
But then again, it does also seem like one of those movies that feels like the exact kind of movie you would make of a Minecraft movie, like in 2009.
Yeah, and the cast kind of reflects this, because this time we have, playing the role of Steve, Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black, of course, one of those guys who's just like, even in the worst movies or even in the weirdest movies, he's just like one of the best parts of it. And then we've got Jason Momoa and Jennifer Coolidge is in there, and
Daniel Brooks.
And it's basically just Jack Black and Jason Momoa and some moderately famous people. Just a couple of kids who are just like, well, we're here because we need to have the target demo feel like they're in the movie.
Yeah, and the idea seems to be that because of how everything came together, it seems like they saw the Mario movie and were like, Jack Black will save video game movies.
Yeah, because Jack Black was in the Mario movie. Jack Black is in this movie. Jack Black wrote a song for the Mario movie. Jack Black wrote a song for this movie. The Mario movie was, to use anime terms, an isekai. The Minecraft movie is an isekai.
Yes, and it's also kind of similar to the Jumanji movies, which Jack Black was also in.
And we're also kind of technically video game movies.
Yes. But it's interesting to see, because the trailers have been basically lynched by the internet.
Yeah, the internet does not particularly care for these, because the obvious joke is that every time you see one of these trailers, it seems to be just Jack Black saying something in his Jack Black voice. Just being like, here's something from the Minecraft game in that Jack Black voice. Like, oh, that's a diamond sword! Oh, those are the villagers! That's a creeper!
Yeah. But
so it's just kind of stuff you like from actor you like. Like the fact that they made the joke that that everybody's like, my name is Steve, and they treat it like, and the joke is obviously, well, yeah, Steve's kind of a goofy name to treat like it with all this grandiosity, and he's saying it as though he just declared that he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But also, it's the fact that it's a Minecraft movie. What are we going to expect from a Minecraft movie? Like, the Rob McElhenney version probably would have been interesting, because it's like, what would the guy who made It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia have done with this concept?
Granted, now with Mythic Quest, we know he's kind of has a deep respect for the gaming community.
But it's also just the fact of Jack Black is also a huge gamer, hence the Jablinski Games YouTube channel, hence the fact that Tenacious D put out a song a couple of years ago called Video Games, in which he basically lists off all the video games that he likes to play. But it's just interesting that this is what we've got. Minecraft is... I mean, I think the thing that makes this movie kind of an interesting one is the fact that technically Minecraft is one of those video games with no story, very basic, almost medieval lore that people can play around with, that kind of leaves the sandbox of what you can do with this open. Like with Gran Turismo, there is no story to play with. Technically, you could just be like, oh, they're gonna play out the kind of rough storyline of the game where they go to fight the Ender Dragon or something, and that's the game. But it's also a case of, well, they could literally just do anything with this movie and call it the Minecraft movie. There's no formula, there's no storyline to play with. This isn't like if they suddenly decided to have the next Mario movie be a Mario Maker movie out of nowhere.
Shockingly, we've had a lot to say about this movie.
Yeah, for two guys who do not particularly care for Minecraft, I tried replaying Minecraft for the first time in years today because I've still got a free trial of Minecraft on my laptop, and didn't go well for me. And no, I don't have any footage of it because I accidentally did not record some of the actually decently funny bits, so you're gonna have to deal with that. But other than that, the Minecraft movie, we'll see if it's up our alley or if it's just kind of one of those kids comedies where it's like, I'm sure kids will like this. We'll see after the jump. So,
that was really, really dumb.
yeah, and not really in the usual way where we're like, that was so dumb, but it was so fun. But in the wow, you did not think much in the way of how you were gonna do this, did you?
There is so much of this that feels like, okay, we're gonna shoot a bunch of stuff, and then we'll figure it out when we're editing it together.
And then they just kind of forgot to put all the stuff together to make it make sense.
It shows made a lot of dumb choices with what to keep in and what didn't need to be in there at all. Jennifer Coolidge didn't need to be in this movie at all.
Yeah.
And this is no disrespect to Jennifer Coolidge at all.
It feels like a waste of Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah. I'm not like
literally been anyone.
I'm not a Jennifer Coolidge super fan by any means, but you wasted your Jennifer Coolidge. She was in so much of this more of this movie than she needed to be, which again was nothing. She didn't need to be here. That entire subplot with her didn't need to exist.
It's just weird, and then there's and occasionally the weird humor will generate something resembling a decent joke with a good laugh, but then other ones it'll just be like, why? So, we'll get into it.
But on the bright side, real quick, the people in the theater that were into this really got into it, and it was kind of fun to have them.
It was an interesting energy. I don't think I've ever been in a theater with that kind of energy. That was less like a movie theater and more like a rock concert, which was annoying at times. I think I heard the term Minecraft boner more times than I ever want to.
Yeah.
From one guy who thought he was hilarious.
Let's get into it.
Okay. So, for one thing, I think Jack Black comes really close to saving this in places, but it's also just kind of just Jack Black on cruise control. Jack Black is really pushing up against annoying in this. Jack Black does his Jack Blackisms, and it's fun because everybody loves Jack Blackisms, the whole little thing. It's it's one of those things where when Jack Black is in a movie, you automatically know, here's what he's going to do.
Yeah, you watch The Holiday, you know, you think he's going to be subdued, but he's not. You watch this, and he's kind of just going through the motions. And yeah, he wrote a bunch of songs for this, just some of them kind of little bitty improv things, others just hey, we actually went out and made a backing track for this. We got the guys who wrote I'm Just Ken for the Barbie movie to write the big credits song, which is definitely the best song in the movie. Yeah.
The best song written for the movie.
Yeah. And Jason Momoa is a very good comedic actor, especially a lot of the physicality he exhibits. I just wish his character had more. That is basically the critique we can give for pretty much every character in this movie. They needed more. They're just bland. There's nothing to them. Not like last time where we said it's just a base level character. There's not even that. These characters are just kind of here because they're look, if we're gonna have Jack Black here, we need a straight man for him to play off of. We made 4. Let's just put all 4 of them in the movie. Well, we made 3, and then we have whatever we're doing with Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa at times feels like him and Jack Black are playing the same character. Yeah, and then it's just the guys in the cast for most of the movie. Yeah, it's why did you add the girl characters if you weren't going to use them? The girls disappear for huge chunks of the movie, and we don't see them. I don't even remember one of the actresses' names, and I didn't know her name before we went into the theater, which I feel really bad about. But one of the, I only know one of them because it's Danielle Brooks, and she was awesome in Peacemaker.
But it's just kind of weird that nothing seems to coalesce. It's like a bunch of references to Minecraft that I kind of get. It's nice that they referenced that one YouTuber who passed away.
A lot of the references, that's where a lot of the cheering in our theater came from, was just a reference. Oh, look, it's an Enderman. Woo! Oh, look, he's wearing diamond armor. Woo!
Oh, look, it's the Nether. Oh, woo! And it's just like, for a movie that celebrates a lot of creativity, it feels like a lot of it just got sucked out. And I don't know if it was Jared Hess kind of phoning it in as a director, or if it's the fact that the screenplay got rewritten until eventually they just kind of had the bare bones of the story to work with.
Which you can tell because there was like 8 credited writers on this movie.
Or maybe even executive meddling saying, just cut it down to size. It's a movie for 7-year-olds. They're not going to care.
You can tell that they were really having a lot of stuff in this movie that was fighting for real estate, but they had to cut it down to about 90 minutes or so.
It almost feels like it's a meta commentary on 80s movies of this kind of vein, where it's like, oh, it's a fantasy movie of these characters getting sucked into a fantasy world and having to fight and fight their way through it to get back home. But then it's also like, you're not really saying anything about those kinds of adventures.
Not to mention the fact that the 80s in this movie is really what a lot of people would argue that Stranger Things does, which the 80s-ish of the stuff is not even here. It's very... There's so much of this that you can match up to pixels, and you don't want your movie to be compared to pixels.
I mean, during the big final battle siege moment of this movie, my mind immediately went to, this is everything that people complain Ready Player One is.
Yeah.
And the Ready Player One movie is not one of Spielberg's best, but I'd always argue that it's at least better than most people claim it to be. There's one group working on this movie that I can at least say these people at least did a lot of homework, they put a lot of effort into it. It's the production design, because this thing is crammed with Easter eggs to Minecraft and lovingly recreated stuff from the games.
Oh, they was great. That production design was great. Like when they were on a practical set holding practical props, that was like the best parts of the movie to me. Like I could just look at everything around and be like, people made this.
Yeah, they looked at the game, they worked it out how to make it work in a physical reality, and then they made it.
Like that isn't, and since we spend most of the time in the Minecraft world, the sets are so complex and so beautiful to look at.
But it's just kind of a bland movie. One of the characters has a fake out death, and I don't feel anything one way or the other.
Yeah.
It just
doesn't feel like we're with these characters long enough to grow attachment to them.
Like, maybe it's just because we don't get the hype of the Minecraft game overall. Like, I get it. It's a big creativity engine. You can do whatever you want within the confines of it. But it's also like, okay, how do you have the patience for that when you can't watch a video for more than 5 seconds?
Yeah, we never got into the whole deep into the Minecraft era. We were in college when Minecraft was at its peak, and the Minecraft and the small amount of Minecraft YouTubers we saw, they either don't make videos Minecraft videos anymore, or in one particular case, they were a total monster.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just, it's a lot of mess. Like, at times you can tell that the CGI was a little malformed by the fact that the CGI looks just kind of fine when it's just the CGI characters interacting with other CGI characters. But then you stick a live-action kid in the middle of it.
You put a live-action person next to one of these CGI characters, and it's just like, this thing is butt ugly, and I don't want to look at it anymore.
Yeah, it just feels like something that someone who would demand better from a movie based on an IP that they love wouldn't want it to be. I just don't think this movie was as good as the people in the theater cheering and saying best movie ever in there would want it to be. sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I always feel bad for not liking stuff, but
Especially stuff like this, where like the like hundreds of animators and crew members put what had to be a lot of work and effort into it, but it's just not there.
no.
I don't like the fact that I didn't like this, but it's also just like I can't be dishonest. I just did not like this. It was just a dumb movie. I have no desire to rewatch it, and even if I do, it's gonna be like, okay, fine, you twisted my arm.
Probably gonna need to get a couple drinks in us if we want to watch it again.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So that's it for right now, guys. A Minecraft movie is not good. I would really wish it was something else, but no.
Yeah.
Anyway, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Be sure to leave in the comments what you may or may not have thought of a Minecraft movie. Please don't kill us. And be sure to come back next time when say it out loud. Say it. Bye.